there tends to be non-refundable earnest money day one offers that need to be placed in order to be in the running for a deal, let alone winning a deal. So there are a couple options here, and I'll tell you how I did it at the beginning. On my first deal, which was not non-refundable, it was refundable on my first deal. However, this same approach can be applied to non-refundable earnest money, because either way, refundable, non-refundable, you got to have the money. And um, I had spoken to a couple investors who were interested in partnering up with me. And this was before my first syndicated deal, but after I bought 4 single family homes. And one of the investors who had expressed interest, I reached out to him and I said, well, I've got this deal, and it's a $50,000 refundable deposit. I've got 30 days before it becomes non-refundable. Will you put that up as the deposit? And he had said he was going to invest $50,000. So I said, and then we can just roll that into the deal should we close. And if we don't close, then you'll get it right back. And he said, after thinking about it for a little while, and when I say a little while, maybe a day or so, he said, yeah, sure. But can you put something down in writing that says if this does become lost for whatever reason, that you'll pay me back? I said, absolutely. Because I'd mentioned I'd pay him back in the conversation, but I said, yes, absolutely. I put something right. In that case, it was just an email where I promised to pay him back if I lost the $50,000. And, depending on your relationship with the investor, or how much they want to have documented, you might need to do a promissory note or something like that. But I just sent him an email and that was it. So he put up the 50K, and that allowed me to get the property in due diligence. And then, I proceeded. If it was non-refundable, then it's the same conversation. You're simply telling the investor it's non-refundable day one. So when you put it up, you'll be investing in the deal that amount. So you'll want to, maybe it's not the same, it's a similar conversation, I should say, because if they are wanting to invest in the deal, then that can simply be their investment. If they're not wanting to invest in the deal and they loan you that money, then it's basically a loan, and you're going to need to have some sort of agreement drafted with them, and then they simply put it up and you pay a certain rate or a certain amount to compensate them. And then as soon as if you end up closing on the deal, great. You can easily refund that money. If you don't, plus interest. If you don't, well, then you're in a tight spot. So borrower beware here, because it's non-refundable. You lose the money, you have to pay them back plus interest, and you don't have a property. So be careful and proceed with caution if you do non-refundable day one and you work with someone who you're borrowing that money from, because you could lose a lot of money. But on the flip side, there are solutions to address this challenge, and that is a solution that I did when I got going.